Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today we are going to show you a video made by ISIS, and this video is explaining why Muslims should immigrate and go to the land of the Caliph. Now for sure when ISIS they say something, they support the reasons for the request with the proofs from Islam. Now for sure they are right about what they are saying. At the same time they are being hypocrite. Now, the reason ISIS now is so desperately trying to make Muslims go to the land of the Caliph, which is supposedly now part of Syria and part of Iraq, because I believe strongly ISIS soon is going to collapse. I believe like maximum in 6 months from now, ISIS, the one we know, the one everybody is worried about, is going to become shish kebab. Now, some people they might say this is like, come on, Obama, he said 15 years is going to take to destroy ISIS and maybe generations. Obama, you know, he's the same as all liars. ISIS is so tiny, is so small, even to consider as a real force to fight. But because all those countries, they are investing in ISIS, and ISIS was, it was, you know, like a big useful thing for many countries. The market of weapon is going crazy. But there's many use of ISIS. Now ISIS, I believe that the time for ISIS is over, and what they wanted to do, they found that ISIS is not going to help like as they thought. As an example, to change the regime in Syria, the regime obviously is not going to fall as long as Iran and Russia supporting this regime is going to stay even forever, you know. So the plan is not working, so ISIS is not useful no more. So now soon is going to get rid of it, and you will see how fast it's going to be and how easy it's going to be. Now for sure many of you will not believe it, but I believe strongly that even the capital of ISIS is going to be occupied by either force, either the Syrian army or the Kurdish army or etc. And you will see that this Caliph state is gone. They allowed it to exist, and when they want, they will make it go and be destroyed. So here in this video, we will see this propaganda here of those ISIS are trying to convince Muslims. For sure, they want young ones to leave and join them right now, not tomorrow, immediately. Go to Syria and Iraq. The reason for that, because this organization is desperately collapsing, and they cannot find enough fighters, and you know, the one he died, there is no one to replace him. Even they are forcing children to join their militant groups. They are not even 9 years old, because simply they don't have more soldiers to fight. So this organization is collapsing, and the propaganda they do is just to make the stupid ones leave and join them. So now the topic is why a Muslim should not live in the West. Why a Muslim should not live in the West. So let us see together this video, and I will help you with the translation, and we'll analyze together what's happening.
قال الله عز وجل في كتابه المبين عن الذين ارتضوا العيش في بلاد المشركين ولم يحدثوا أنفسهم بالهجرة في سبيل الله إلى أرض الإسلام والمسلمين إن الذين توفاهم الملائكة.
Let us go with the sound. So now he is showing you a verse from the Quran, proving to the Muslims that the one who is living not in an Islamic state, he is a kafir, he will go to hell. There's a verse in the Quran, it says, if a Muslim he live in the land of the kuffar, he is a kafir. He is not a Muslim. So now he is showing you that they will show you the faces of those who live in the West and they claim to be scholars of Islam. The fact those are kuffar, and they will go to hell. And this is the verse in front of you. This is a chapter of chapter 4, the chapter of An-Nisa. You can read verse number 96, 97, etc. So all the Muslims who live in the West, simply they are kuffar, and Allah will burn them in hellfire, because their duty is to go and leave this land, the land of the kuffar, and they have no place for them to stay there. They should go to the state of the ISIS. You see, this is the supposedly this is where ISIS live now. They control this area. So now they will interview a guy who used to be a person who lived in Germany, and this guy, he will show you how bad Germany is, how disgusting Germany is, all right, and how he decided to leave to Germany. But before we go there, let us show you the verse they are talking about. The one it's about, you should not stay in the land of the kuffar. This is the verse they were quoting for you, chapter 4, verse number 97. All right, it says clearly that those who die, one day they will die. All right, and they did not immigrate for the sake of Allah. Remember, Muhammad himself, he immigrate to prepare himself to attack. So the immigration is a stage of Islam. If you cannot do it there, you immigrate to a different country where you can arm yourself, train yourself to attack, and then you get back and then you kill the infidels. So those who cannot do it, or those who did not do it, sorry, and then one day they die, Allah will ask them, why you did not do what I told you to do? They said, we were like weak, we could not do it. So Allah, he will say to them, don't you know that the land, like in the land we are living in, it's not our land. We are like minority. We cannot do really what you are asking us for. So Allah will say to them, don't you know that the land of Allah is very big, and you can go to a different place, prepare yourself for war. And then Allah, he says to them, well, you know what, you people like you will end in hellfire, and he will send them to hellfire. As you see here in the verse in the front of us, you can read it and take your time to study it. So this is a chapter 4, verse number 97 in the Quran. So anyone who live in the West, according to the Quran, unless he is doing jihad, which means he is there to kill, unless he is going there to suicide himself. Anyone who live in the West, especially if he's paying tax, especially if taking oath to be allegiant to the state, to the flag, or etc., if he mean it, for sure he is an infidel. As we know, the chapter 3, verse 28, it says, you cannot take them as a friends or protectors, but you can lie to them, saying to them, I take you as a friend. Now, they might say this is not true, so just let us do a fast look. We go to Al-Tafsir. I advise you always, when you go to Islamic website, to go in a private mode in your browser for security. All right, I don't trust any Islamic websites. They hack each other. Imagine they found that the website of Al-Aqsa University, the University of Hamas, they are hacking the Muslims. So let us see here. Chapter 3, verse number 28. So you see here it says, you cannot take the non-Muslims as a friends or as a protectors. However, you can say to them that you are their friend, but in your heart it should be not like that. All right. So in your heart, you should hate them. You show them that you like them, you are a friend for them, etc. But in your heart, dislike this. You see it? You can change the translation, by the way. I mean the interpretation. If you don't like Al-Jalalain, we can go to Ibn Abbas. This is called At-Taqiyya. So what ISIS is saying to the Muslims, well, unless you are there to do jihad, you can lie to the infidel, says, I love you. But if you live there and you think this is your country, to live there forever, you are not a Muslim and you will go to hell. All right? And the one who take them as a friend, as you see here, if you are sincere and you take them as a friend, you seek might and honor with them, well, you are, you know what, you are one of them, and you have no connection with Allah, and no mercy from Allah and no protection from Allah, which means the Muslim should kill you. And after all this, you are going to go to hellfire. However, you can speak to them as it were security, saving yourself from them, speaking in a friendly way toward them while your heart is like this. Like, can you believe it, how evil they are? And the funny, the Muslims in the Quran, in the same page, they call us the hypocrite. Isn't it? This is hypocrisy. You talk to us in a friendly way, but in your heart, you know, you see how filthy this devil. This is the devil of Islam. This is the devil Allah teaching. So what ISIS is saying to them, well, if you are really a real Muslim, you should not stay there, because simply this is against Islam, unless you are doing jihad, and you are not doing jihad. So you have to come to the land of the Khalifa, because one day Allah will ask you why you did not immigrate to the land of Islam and do jihad, and then it's going to be late and he will send you to hellfire. As you see, it says, such a man will find their abode in hell. What an evil refuger. So they are evil people. So most Muslims who live in Germany, who live in France, who live in America, unless you are doing jihad, you are going to end in hellfire according to the Quran. Let us continue the video and see the more of the propaganda and show you how this propaganda of Islam works. All right. Now this guy, he was in Germany. All right. And he decided to leave, so they will have an interview with him. So now they will ask him questions like what do you think about Germany, etc.
من مواليد عام 1994. طبعا كنت أدرس طالب حقوق في جامعة الفرات بدير الزور، لكن بعد ما الدولة الإسلامية وضحت لنا وبينت لنا أنه هذا الفرع بما فيه من الكفر فيه، يعني قررت أنه أترك هذا الفرع.
I was studying law in the University of Al-Furat. This is in Deir ez-Zor in Syria. But when ISIS, the Dawla Islamiyya, they explained to me that this is kufr, this branch of law is not allowed. The only law that exists is the law of Islam. So I quit university.
الحمد لله بعد ما تركت هذا الفرع واستقريت منطقتي هي الطورية، ثم تزوجت ومن الله علي بطفلة.
After that he got married.
إلى تأمين حياة هذه الطفلة.
After he got married, he got a child, and he decided that he need to secure the future of his children. So now he decided to go to Germany.
فقررت السفر إلى ألمانيا، يعني حسب ما.
The question, why Germany? I will tell you why Germany. Because the German right now, they have a stupid prime minister. She is the most stupid human being ever exist. She go on TV and say everybody is come over, please, everybody come over, we love you, we love you. So people from everywhere, they start going to Germany specifically. This is what happened when you have a stupid leader. The stupid leader is inviting all the ants in the world. We have sugar here, come over.
يعني حسب ما وصف لنا من خلال التلفاز ومن خلال من ذهبوا إلى هناك أنها بلدانا متطورة، بلدانا متقدمة يوجد فيها أعمال.
They told us that this is a very advanced country, very nice, very beautiful. Now he said to him, what if you decide to, like, how you can take a citizenship in Germany? Look at the answers now. Look at the fabrication. Listen carefully. How you can get a citizenship in Germany? Listen. To take citizenship, you have to have many recommendations. All of it is against Islam. Oh, first, you have to become non-Muslim, and right away they show you the Pope. This is how much they hold the Pope. The first thing in Germany, to have a citizenship, you have to become a Catholic. Right away. This is absolutely false. The first thing, to become a citizen in Germany, you have to be a Catholic, not just not a Christian Catholic specifically. Or you worship the devil. Either you became a Catholic or you worship the church of the devil. Here we go, choose one. The second choice, you marry a German woman to get citizenship. Okay.
ثالث شيء الزواج المثلي. حتى لو كنت كيف ما كنت متمسك بدينك غادي ما راح تقدر.
It doesn't matter how much you are a good Muslim there, you will not be able to be a good Muslim. No way.
يعني الفساد والفسق والعاريات والخمور منتشرة بالطرقات.
Women there are naked in the street, people drinking and etc. They are disgusting, you know. It's and corruption everywhere. Yeah, the land of the Muslims is not is the perfect one. Germany is the disgusting one. Okay.
يعني ما في لا صلاة جمعة ولا ما في صلاة أصلا.
And there's no prayer. There's no prayer. Who's holding you to pray, you idiot?
غادي حتى المسجد لما تروح حتى تصلي الآذان ما يرفع بيه.
And even when you go to the mosque, imagine in the mosque they don't say Allahu Akbar in the speakers, you know.
ضمن البناء الموجود الآذان يرفع بس.
You say Allahu Akbar only inside the building, which is bad. You know, the Muslim, they should make scream, everybody hear it. That's not good.
أترك وأضيع ديني كرمال هذا.
So should I leave my religion just for the sake of getting citizenship? No way.
إذا أردت أن توجه رسالة إلى المسلمين اللاجئين هناك في ألمانيا، ماذا تقول لهم؟
So if you want to send a message for the refugee, the Muslim refugee in Germany, what do you say to them?
أوجه لهم رسالة إنهم يتقون الله بأنفسهم.
They should seek refuge to Allah.
هم يرجعون.
And come back. How you exchange Islam with the kuffar land? How you do that?
يتقون الله بأنفسهم.
Seek refuge to Allah.
أطفالهم اللي قاموا يتعلمون.
Protect your children.
يعلمونهم النصرانية.
The children of Muslims now in Germany, they are teaching them Christianity.
اللي يزرعون براسهم الدين النصراني.
They are putting in their head the Christianity. What a big fat lie. In Germany, they don't teach Christianity in schools. You see the fabrication? And those stupid Muslims, they listen to this and like, oh, really? They do that? Man, wow, man. This is how, but look how stupid this message is. If you are talking to people who live already in Germany, you idiot, they will know right away that you are a dumb idiot liar. So I believe strongly this is not really for the message for those who live in Europe as much as a message for those who they are thinking to go. They are trying to stop the bleeding of fighters because they need fighters. Now this potato, I guarantee you, he was kicked out. This is why he is not in Germany no more. Now he is claiming that he came back. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's a big fat lie. So he was kicked out. They sent him there. Then you know he is now he's back with ISIS.
يعني يدخلون الأنظمة والبرمجة أديانهم وعاداتهم وتقاليدهم واتباعاتهم على هذول الأطفال.
And you know, your children there, they will teach them their religion, they will teach them their culture, they will teach them their things. And you want that, your children? No way. We want our children to watch beheading. And we want them to watch stoning. And actually we will give them knives to do beheading by themselves.
واحد من الناس يعرف شنو موجود غادي يتقون الله بأنفسهم وأدعو الله أن يهديهم كما هداني.
And I pray to Allah to guide them to the truth, you know.
في مقابل حلم الكثيرين بالسفر إلى ألمانيا والعيش على فتات حكومتها الصليبية.
Look what they are saying. Like in the dream of many, they want to go to Germany, Almania.
والتسكع في أنزال كنائس.
Now they will show you, like now they are showing you a church. The church, they take refugee and they help them, but instead of appreciating what you do, the Muslim, they teach their own people more hate. Those Christians, do you see what they are doing? They are feeding our children. The Christians, they are taking them in their church. The Christians, they are doing good to them. This is bad in Islam. This is bad. This is dangerous. You see the mind of this filthy religion? Instead of saying, thank you, Christians, we did not do it, you are doing it for us. Those are our people. We should, like, what about you take your people and take them all to Saudi Arabia, you idiot? What about you take them to Emirat, to Kuwait, to Bahrain, to Qatar, to Pakistan, Afghanistan? You have many Islamic countries. Why all of them, they want to go to Germany? I will tell you why. Because none of you Muslims help the Muslims. But those who they are raising the cross, they are the merciful one. But they don't have the courage to say the truth. And instead of saying thank you very much for helping the people there, They are saying, oh, they are doing that so they can convert them. You know what? I don't blame them if they convert. When they see how merciful the Christians they are to them, they will see that everything you are saying about us is a lie. Everything.
كان حلم السفر نفسه يراود الكثير من شباب الإسلام هناك، لكنه في الاتجاه الآخر إنه السفر من دار الكفر إلى دار الإسلام.
But now he's saying that many of the young guys is the direct of hijrah or migration is the opposite. Many of them, they are coming back from the land of the kuffar, which is Germany and France and England, to the land of the Islam, and they will show you an example. This is a guy who used to live in Europe, let us see from where, and he decided to come and live in the Islamic state, which is funny.
فوفق الله الكثير منهم إلى الهجرة والالتحاق
those are immigrant.
وكان من تلك الزمرة المؤمنة.
You see, all of those are immigrant.
الله عليها بالهجرة إلى أرض الخلافة في الشام. الأخ الاستشهادي أبو عمر الألماني.
Abu Umar al-Almani, they will talk about him. He is istishhadi, which means he was killed. Mostly he did suicide bombing. So his name is Abu Umar al-Almani, which means Abu Umar, the father of Umar from Germany. You see, it didn't even have names. Abu Umar from Germany. Who is Abu Umar from Germany? Only Allah knows.
قبله الله ذاك الشاب المهاجر
Okay.
الذي ركل الدنيا برجله.
This guy.
وترك ملذاتها في ألمانيا وراء ظهره وأقبل على الله مجاهدا.
No, he will take a suicide bombing car, explode himself, and obviously I think he's originally from the Middle East, but he used to live in Germany, and this is why I'm saying, like, do you know what kind of people you are taking to your country? European people? You have no idea. Actually, you are lucky that this guy, he decided to go back to ISIS. He did not do what he did in Syria, in Germany. Look what he did. Just watch.
في أرض أوصى نبيه صلى الله عليه وسلم بالهجرة إليها.
Aufgewachsen bin ich in einer römisch-katholischen Familie. Wir gingen zur Kirche und ab und zu beteten wir. Immer mehr geriet ich mit praktizierenden Muslimen in Kontakt, oder zumindest mit jenen, die es versuchten. Diese belehrten mich des Besseren. Diese erzählten mir vom Islam und ich hörte es mir am Anfang zwar nur aus Trotz an, doch nach und nach, Subhanallah, nach und nach,
Subhanallah,
öffnete sich mein Herz für diese Religion.
تنقل بين كثير من جبهات القتال وثغور الرباط.
Now, at the end, what he did, they are going to tell you about him, about
إلى تسجيل اسمه على
how hero he is, and then when he heard that the Islamic State, they need fighters, he rushed right away and he registered his name in the Islamic State online, and later he joined them.
قائمة الشرف وطلب أن تكون عمليته ضد ملاحدة الأكراد.
Here we go. This is against the Kurdish. I don't want to show you this. Sorry for that. So he made a suicide bombing against the Kurdish, and he killed many of the Kurdish. All right. So
يفرح بحصوله على جنسية الكفار وبين من يمضي ليهريق دمه في سبيل الكفر.
You see, this is suicide bombing. He said, do you see the difference between those who rush to get citizenship of the kuffar and those heroes who they die for the sake of Allah? How we can compare? We cannot. Those who they rush to get the citizenship from the kuffar, the Quran says they will go to hell, and that is according to chapter 4 verse number 97. So as you see, this is how the propaganda of this cult works. Here we go.
فمضى فارسنا نحو تجمع لملاحدة الأكراد.
He go to the Kurdish
now. قبل أن يصل إلى تمركزهم ساخت عجلات سيارته في التراب.
He's explaining what happened when he did his attack. So he took a big truck full of explosion material like C4 or T4, etc. So, and before he arrived to the Kurdish to attack the Kurdish to kill them, his tire became on fire. So let's see what happened.
واشتبك مع المرتدين فأردى منهم قتيلين اثنين بفضل.
So he could not explode his car, and he started shooting at the murtaddin, which mean the ex-Muslims, and he killed two of them before they kill him.
لله ليرجع إلى الإخوة والحزن باد على
Oh,
وجهه.
so he did not kill him yet. So he came back. He could not do the mission because his tire was not working. So he came back. Okay.
حزن لتأخره عن موعد لحاقه بالأحبة.
He was so sad because he could not go and follow the other martyr who went before him to heaven. He want to go to heaven. The virgins are waiting. Their panties is off. The virgins there are really upset now. All of them, they are waiting and they are so horny and they have no panties waiting for him to come, but he's late. All of this because of the stupid tire. He was so sad. He's so sad he did not meet the Prophet of Allah. I thought Muhammad is in the grave already. He's in heaven now.
بين من يحزن لتأخر عمليته الاستشهادية وبين من يحزن لعدم.
And you see the difference between the one who is sad because he could not sacrifice himself for the sake of Allah and the one who is waiting for accepting his application for refugee. You see the difference? There's no way, you know.
وصوله إلى الديار الأوروبية دعا أبو عمر ربه وألح عليه ألا تتأخر عمليته.
He asked Allah not to make his attack again stay longer. Stay like he don't want to wait long. He want to go to heaven.
الاستشهادية وما هي إلا دقائق حتى استجاب الله عز وجل.
After a few minutes from his prayer, Allah he sent him like what he was wishing for. Let us see what happened.
إلا لدعاء عبده المهاجر في سبيله وكانت السيارة المفخخة قد تجهزت لتوها.
And the car with the explosion materials was ready for him to take it.
لترجع البسمة إلى محيا.
So now he have a big smile in his face again.
الذي سارع إلى ركوبها.
Here we go.
ليعيد الكرة على تجمع أعداء الله ملحدين.
Here what?
فتوسط.
You see, this is the Kurdish flag, and now supposedly he's going to attack the Kurdish area.
أبو عمر بمفخخته موقع العدو وصبحهم بها فقتل الله على يديه وأصاب العشرات من الأنجاس.
And tens of the ex-Muslims were killed by him, mashallah. You know. Now I believe strongly that there's a lot of the story is false, and I will tell you why it's false. Usually ISIS, when somebody do suicide bombing, they record his attack. So how come there is no recording for this? They can record it from far away. The second his car will go until the car explodes. How come this attack does not have a recording? Obviously it's a fabrication. Now it doesn't mean they don't have that. They have a lot of suicide bomber done before, but this one does not have any video for the attack, which make me believe that the whole story is nothing but a fabrication. So here what you see, the propaganda of Muslims, and what I understand from this video is very simple. That what it's called Islamic State, desperately, they are looking for fighters. And desperately they are trying to get people to go back and live in Iraq and Syria. And that means one thing. This organization is in the stage of collapse. And let us see if I'm wrong or right. I assure you, before the new year, the coming new year, ISIS will lose most of its location in Syria and Iraq, especially the big cities, before the coming new year, including maybe the capital, the most hard part, which is the capital of the Caliph, which is the city of Al-Raqqa. I believe strongly that they will lose it very soon too. Time is up and time to get rid of them. At the same time, that will raise another question. If we get rid of them from Syria and Iraq, what about the immigrant who they are sent by ISIS to Europe? That will be a different story. With this, I say God bless and see you with more videos. If you have any question to contact me, you see the link of my contact in the video. Feel free to contact me. If you like to support us in what we do in donation, please feel free, because most of you are not doing any help. The donation is dropping badly. I'm not sure why. Thank you, and God bless for the help and the care. Thank you.